right, I want this to be a video that I just put out there so I can look back on this and to see the progress since putting this out here. Currently, it's March 19th, 2025. I've been doing business with entrepreneurship, with social media marketing, paid ads, talking on camera, videography for the past year and a half since I quit my 9 to 5. Quit the 9 to 5 in July of 2023. And ever since then, it's been quite the roller coaster. And just want to explain a little bit about what I want to, my vision for this channel. Because YouTube is more of a long form content style rather than Instagram, where it's quick value, educational, entertaining, stuff like that. I want my YouTube to be more, you can get to know me a little bit more. So with this video, I kind of want to just pour my heart out a little bit of who I am, how I grew up, why I have the fire lit underneath me, and why we're doing all of this at 23 years old. So I'd say the biggest thing that I've built this on is my faith in Jesus Christ, Christian, and how that really all started when my dad passed away when I was in 6th, 7th grade. And parents were divorced. Whenever I would see my dad, he was always talking about Jesus, God, and all this to me and my sister whenever we would see him. But we were young, you know? So what happened after that was it was like in one ear, out the other. Yeah. But he passed away, unfortunately, in 6th, 7th grade from heart failure due to hard drugs. And so I saw unfortunately, he dealt with addictions and it got the best of him. And that really set myself up on a path that I was like, okay, I see my friends at this time experimenting with drugs, alcohol. I'm going to get myself away from that a little bit. So distance myself so I don't fall down that same path. My dad unfortunately did. But then I asked myself, who was this Jesus he was always talking about? Got plugged in at church, got baptized, and I found a really good community within the Christian church. So that set myself up to not go experiment too crazy with drugs, alcohol, stuff like that, and to have a good head on my shoulders. I saw the end outcome, you know? So huge, hard lesson that I went through, but I'm glad I did because it's made me the man I am today, okay? And then another thing, this is just going to be good to look back on. I'm excited for. Then went to college, went to GCU, majored in cybersecurity, almost graduated, or had 4 classes left before graduating, and then I got into sales. So I worked at Trader Joe's, was doing that for almost 5 years until I got introduced to door-to-door solar sales. I took that leap of faith, bet on myself. I had people at Trader Joe's say, "Oh, we'll see you when you come back," like when you come back for a job, like thinking that wasn't gonna, that was the first fire lit underneath me, okay? I'm excited for this video because every entrepreneur has gone through a very, very similar story from what I've learned. So here's my story about how we've gotten here today. And I encourage you to share your own story and maybe you resonate in some type of way. This content is going to be geared towards entrepreneurs, agency owners, local service-based business owners. If you've started your own business, you know what I'm talking about here. If you're trying to escape the 9 to 5 for financial freedom, for time freedom to be with your family, you understand this, okay? So this is just to relate. Okay, so I got into solar sales, wanted to do well because I had people at my old Trader Joe's work say, "You're not going to do it. We'll see you soon." And then that had the fire lit underneath me. First fire, okay? And then I did well with that because I was starting to build a mindset and personal development. Then I got into cybersecurity sales as like an internship. I was kind of sick of the fully commission based at that time. I kind of wanted a base pay and go more in line what I was going to college for, which was cybersecurity. And what better way than sales? So I did that for a bit. It was at a startup, and so the pay wasn't there. I actually went into credit card debt because I wasn't paid a whole lot. Promised a lot, didn't turn up over a few months. And then I had a really good job title though, and it got me a job in software sales from LinkedIn. So crushed it with software sales. I was the youngest person there. I was 20, 21 at the time. Crushed it there. I was around everybody that was 25, 26, 27. Crushing the leaderboards because of the personal development and the skill set I learned from door-to-door solar and cybersecurity sales. Okay. Then I wanted to get more into an online fitness coaching. So I invested heavily $7,500 into a guy named Wes Watson. and to learn online fitness coaching. I already invested a little bit, like $300 or so with him to get in good shape. I dropped all my body fat and I realized this is amazing. I want to do this for other people. Hopped on his top level coaching program. And what I learned there was talking on camera is huge. Selling in your stories is huge, and organic content's huge. You need to have your Instagram's your resume for life for your business. And I really learned that under him. Did well with that, but then I was only resonating with people that were my age, and then they couldn't afford the online fitness coaching. Anybody older than me wasn't taking me seriously with online fitness coaching. Okay? So after that, this is going to be raw, unedited. I'm just going to upload this. So if I mess up, I'm not perfect. Okay? We're going on. So then I got married around this same time too. And I got married, and she at the time didn't see the fruits of that labor of investing all this money, like doing all that. Like she didn't see the return on that investment, the $7,500. So, but I learned so many good skills at that time. Then I started we moved to San Diego. She wanted to be closer to family and just, a new opportunity instead of Arizona. And then I picked up a camera, started doing videography. Met up with a guy in San Diego that also invested with Wes Watson. And we were going to the same gym in the morning that Wes Watson went to, and just to be around better community. So I did that. We both knew how to use a camera. We're like, hey, we're doing this for ourselves. Why don't we create high quality content for each other, just film each other in the gym every morning and have high quality content on our Instagram, but then we can also do this for other people. So then we started hitting up everybody in that group that Wes has built, and started doing videography for them. We'll fly to you for free. We'll stay with you for 2 to 3 days, and we'll film enough content for you to post for the next 20 to 30 days. That was our pitch, free of charge. We needed to get our name out there. It's fun. We flew to Napa Valley. We flew to Arizona. We flew to Vegas, Florida, and it was awesome. So did a good amount of content there, and that's when we quit our jobs. And so I was, at this time, moved to San Diego, got into IT sales. That was fully remote. Once my buddy and I, ex-business partner, we hit 10K collected for that first month in July of 2023. That was our thing. We said once we hit that 10K, we're both quitting our jobs, going all into this. Okay. And my wife at the time was not happy with it and just caused a lot of stress with her, the job security, me traveling, wasn't happy with that. I was just very, very laser focused. So maybe that was my bad. Like I knew I had to do something great with life. I just didn't know the avenue which to go. So she wasn't very happy with that at the time, traveling and like all this stuff. We were arguing a good amount. Let's just say that we rushed into marriage. We dated for like 8 months or so, long distance, didn't go through seasons together, got married. And then shit hit the fan really once we got married. We just honestly weren't very compatible. So arguing a good amount. But then with the traveling and everything, that wasn't better. The next few months, we hit 10K. We both pulled in 5K. We basically made nothing after expenses. And then the next few months, I made like $350 and then $700, like $1,000. And I have all the Stripe screenshots to show for this. And I had to split from the business partner at that time because I couldn't afford to split the cost that we were doing. I was going broke. I ran through my savings account to nothing. And then I had to start driving for Uber to pay bills in San Diego. So this was around September, October 2023. So a few months after going all in and quitting the 9-to-5. I didn't want to go back to the 9-to-5. At this time, my ex is freaking out. Luke, we're broke. And you need to get a job. You need to get a job. You need to get a job. I wish, this is what she said, I wish you would just come home at 5 p.m. and just chill with me. And it broke my heart. Broke my heart hearing that. But we just honestly weren't compatible. So then I heard the quote, it's not about being the best, it's about being the best known. So what did I do? I reached out to everybody that I knew in San Diego, saying, hey, if you need I was going all in on videography. If you know anybody, anybody interested in high quality talking head content, filmed, edited, scripted for their business, let me know here in San Diego. Did that, and I met a guy named Anthony, and then he owned a solar company, and that was quite literally the saving grace. Boom, signed up, 30 videos, $3,000, and that like kept me afloat, which is crazy. So then right around that time too, this is around, let's just say December, like it kept me afloat, and I kept like, and then Next month, like the snowball started to roll a little bit. Okay. I had no support there, or my wife at the time had no support there. And then December came around. We were going through a ton of issues. We did 3 months of Christian marriage counseling, and it came down to sat down. She's like, Luke, we tried separating and all that kind of stuff. Luke, I'm giving you the ultimatum. Are you in or out of this? I'm sick of this, like in between or in and then out. Like, I need you to make a decision right now. I looked at her and I thought to myself, I would be happy seeing you in the future with a husband and kids, and I wouldn't have any regrets seeing that. When I thought that to myself, I had peace. Like, I had a crazy amount of peace that came over me, and I knew this was it. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to be fine. She's going to be fine. Like, yes, this is going to be a terrible thing, like hard time we're about to go through. But I pulled the plug then. And yeah, crazy. Separated then, started the divorce process, all that. I got advice from everybody underneath the sun too. I got advice from people that were married forever, good marriage, went through things. They'll say, Luke, divorce is not an option. I got advice from people that were married forever in a marriage that they stayed together because of their kids. Will say, Luke, divorce is not an option. Even though I knew they were miserable and unhappy, but they stayed together because of the kids. And they will give you advice on their experience of what they've gone through. They stayed together. And I got advice from people that were married, divorced, remarried, and happy, and say, like, Luke, you don't have to live in misery. Like, I've seen your emotions drained last year. Like, you don't have to live in misery. And I ultimately, like, I took everyone's advice, and I found, like, I knew nobody has been in this same exact situation and gone through every single day with this person in this relationship, marriage. And I ultimately pulled the plug. I take full responsibility for that. Now she's happier. I'm happier. We're good. We were married for a year. But then right after we divorced, or I pulled the plug, like the day or so after, I invested with a coach to learn paid ads on Instagram. I knew videography. I knew all that. I just needed to know paid ads. It's like, okay, that's the next level. I was scared of ads. Then I invested with this guy named Boris to learn paid ads when he was just really starting out the coaching program for his. I got a call from my ex. She's like, Luke, I heard you just invested with another mentor, another coach. I want to make sure I'm off all your financials. She never believed in me, and she never saw the fruits of the investments. So I was like, I smiled. I was like, don't you worry. Like, you're not on any of my financials. This is all me. And thank you. So boom, second fire lit underneath me to do well. Her grandparents didn't really believe in me either. We're talking mad crap in the past about it. It is what it is. And then boom, that was a fire lit underneath me to do well. So I thank her for saying that. So then hit the ground running. I didn't have anything tying me to San Diego. I was starting to learn paid ads. My mentor, and I found out about St. George, Utah. I came out to visit, and my mentor said to me, I came out to visit, and I realized I love it out here in St. George. Entrepreneurs, a lot of Christian people, a lot of like LDS, like Mormons out here, but like I vibe with them. I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I just vibe with so many people out here. It's a conservative state. And I told my mentor, I love it out here. I could see myself moving out here. Nobody's talking on camera, and nobody's running ads on Instagram here. He's like, Luke, if you love it, move to St. George as fast as possible, run local ads, and teach local businesses there how to run ads. I said, done, moved. And I moved 3 weeks after visiting here. I documented all this too. I visited here, moved 3 weeks later. I still had a lease in San Diego for 2 months, paying like $3,000 a month that I was going to just suck it up. Moved out here, started running ads. I knew like 1 or 2 people in this town. And after that, I hit the ground running with ads, $15 a day in ad spend, and the snowball started. I think for entrepreneurs, so many people have that fire that was lit underneath them. I just told you guys mine. And everybody that I know that is successful has some similar story of a fire that was lit underneath them. So I encourage you to like share your story with that. And if you don't, like have something that will light the fire underneath you. It's helped me so much. And last year we went from $15 a day in ad spend, making around 10, 15 grand then, to now we did in December, so what was that? 1 full year after the divorce, to $220,000 cash collected within my business. Now we're at 120 something, 19 days into the month. Ads, but we're ramping back up with ads and everything. My account got banned for 30 days in DMs because of volume, sending too many messages basically. And we're going to be pacing for 300K, 500K, and $1 million a month this year. Stay tuned. We have all the systems in place for it. This is a team of 10 now. So I say that on the entrepreneurial side. On like the client win side, I show all of that too, especially on my Instagram. So you can see that. Like, I'm not just saying this for numbers to flex. It's like you create a business that gets people crazy good results, and everything else comes full circle. So that's what I've done. But it's just crazy how, and then built out a team of 10. Everyone's like making their dream income like within the team. Clients are winning. It's changing clients' lives. I'm about to post a reel tomorrow, or I'm going to put it all together tonight, of like crazy good testimonials of just saying like, thank you, Luke, you changed my life. You changed my life. You changed my life. And it's crazy to think, if I didn't pull the plug on the divorce, where would we be? Where would all those people be that invested with me, that they were going to have to go back to their 9 to 5 if they didn't invest in this? And like their business was tanking. They took that leap of faith. They put it on financing. They put it on credit cards, whatever to pay me and my team. And then it seems to work. And then it completely changed their business model. Went from $4,000 months to $25,000, $30,000 months. And that's just one of them. From $10,000 of ad spend into $350,000 cash collected. Landscaper that invested made in 10 months $900,000 from Instagram. We're changing people's full businesses here using Instagram as a funnel for leads for local businesses, because nobody's talking on camera, nobody's running ads correctly, nobody's using the DMs correctly as a local service business in a local area. Teach my clients how to freaking crush it with this. So I still have that fire lit underneath me. Another one was August of 2023 or so. We were back home, me and my wife at the time, we were back home in like Newport Beach, where she was raised. I was raised in Huntington Beach, California. And there was, I think it was either a Huracan or a Aventador Lamborghini in a parking lot. I have the photo of it. So I took a photo of him. I'm going to have one of these one day. I'm going to have one of these one day. I'm going to have one of these. And she's like, Luke, like, be realistic. Like, chill, like, be realistic. Boom. Another thing to have the fire lit underneath me. And I don't want to jump the gun too much, but we're figuring out how to finance it right now. So we're paying $1,000 a day in ads to get a Huracan. I'm paying $1,000 a day right now in ad spend, and we're making a good amount. I can afford a Lamborghini Huracan at $3,000 to $5,000 a month. So this is just a little story about me. If you watch this, if you made it this far, like, you know my story now, you know where my head's at, and like I don't know, just business. Like, what do I do every single day? I work out, I go country dancing sometimes, like a few times a week. That's like my outlet. I host Bible studies in my place. I live in a sweet spot in St. George now, and like on top of a hill in a $2 million house by myself, that I got to be able to host events, host like friends, family, host Bible studies. And it's like, it's crazy when you bet on yourself. And like, when I was getting divorced, right before I knew exactly till the day I died, what my life would look like with this beautiful woman, amazing girl. I had no idea what this side of life looked like. That was like blank, but I took it day by day, and I really realized what the present moment was at that time. It's like, okay, I'm good right now. I'm talking to you. When people are asking me, how are you doing? I'm good. I'm talking to you. Like, this is all we have. You watching this video is all we have right now. Nothing in the past, nothing in the future. All we have is right now. So I hope you can get something from it to light the fire underneath you to do well. I had no idea till the day I died where I was going. Or I knew where it was going. I had no idea what this path looked like. And in the last year and 3-4 months, I'm so grateful just for life, just for God, just for like people around me, for people believing in me, and betting on myself for a lot of it too, and taking leaps of faith. So many people are scared and will stay stuck for years and years and years because of fear of the unknown, fear of what if it doesn't work out. Instead of what if it doesn't work out, you got to think to yourself, what if it works out better than you ever thought possible? And that has stuck with me ever since he's basically like a mentor. He was a client at the time, friend, mentor, Sam Mahmood. He told me that. He's like, instead of what if, think to yourself, what if it works out better than you ever thought possible? And it stuck with me. So I hope it sticks with you too. Like, And the last thing is just habits. Habits make the person. What are my habits? Wake up early, go to the gym every single day, make somebody smile, get client wins, and like post on the stories, all this every single day. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. But guys, I encourage you to share your story, because your story is somebody else's survival guide. It's selfish not to share your story, because you never know how many people are in that low right now. Right after the divorce, for me, I had no idea where life was going. Took it day by day. If there's somebody that's watching that is in that low right now, I am here for you. Please reach out on Instagram. I'm here for you. You have to share your story. If you're not vulnerable and you don't share your own story, then you're not going to be able to resonate with those people. People aren't impressed by, what's the quote? People aren't impressed by your strengths. They connect with you with your weaknesses, something like that. Or like the quotes are something like that. I'll put it in the comments if I remember. But it's people connect with you when you're vulnerable. So I'm being vulnerable, sharing my story. Hope you can share yours too. We're all human here, and life can go by just like that. And we want to make the most of it. I want to help as many people as I can freaking market their services and absolutely dominate and change more lives through Instagram ads. So that's me. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you can resonate in any type of way, let me know. And I'm here for you guys. I encourage you to share your story and start posting on YouTube. I can't wait to look back at this in a year and see where we're at. It's crazy. God is good, guys. I love you. Please reach out. And I want to keep this YouTube personable, impactful, educational, and let's freaking go. Appreciate you.